So when they come to you and talk about big spenders, let them know almost $2 trillion in deficit reduction. I don't want to hear any more of these lies about reckless spending. We're changing people's lives. And because of the fact this year, we're delivering the biggest drop in deficit in the history of the United States of America.
Well, all of that spending came under the Trump administration, but he said it specifically, we are cutting the deficit. That's not true. Those programs are ending. If anything, they've made inflation worse by proposing more spending.
And by the way, Republicans like to portray me as some kind of big spender. We have spent a lot of money. Under my plan, last year, we cut the deficit by $350 billion. Doing all this. Republicans have it all backwards. Their plan literally calls for increasing taxes on middle class and working people and cutting taxes on corporations and wealthy Americans. Look, I believe in bipartisanship, but I have no illusions about this Republican Party, the MAGA Party. I've been able to bring some Republicans along on parts of my plan. But the fact is, Republicans in Congress are still in the grip of the ultra-MAGA agenda. The other one, by the way, was Herbert Hoover. And just remember those long lines of cars stretching miles back waiting for just a box of food to be put back in their trunk? It wasn't just poor folk. It was working class folks, middle class folks. A lot of pretty nice cars in those lines. And while it was going on, America created more billionaires during that crisis in 2020 than any year in history. Talk about a contrast. Ordinary people waiting in line for an hour for a box of food. And the policies in the past created more billionaires. You're a gigantic reason why I'm standing here. Union President and Secretary of Labor. Marty Walsh. Marty. He's going to learn how to speak English, but he's real. And Stacey Abrams is here as well. By the way, there's 3 things I learned about her early on. 1, she's loyal. 2, she's capable. And 3, she's smarter than you, me. Well, I remember one day walked in on a joke and said, Joe, fix Detroit. I said, okay, no problem. No, you think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding? What I didn't realize, I thought I knew a lot about the cities. Went out to Detroit. I love these guys talking about why this guy left my employment, went to another job. Because he got paid more. Isn't that awful? Isn't that a shame that they got to compete for labor? Better paying jobs. For better jobs for them and their families. It's been a long time since that's happened in this country. But it's happening now. Since I took office, with your help, families are carrying less debt nationwide. They have more savings nationwide. Under my plan for the economy, we've made extraordinary progress. And we put America in a position to tackle a worldwide problem that's worse everywhere but here, inflation. I grew up in a household not far from here, Claymont and Wilmington, where the price of a gallon of gasoline went up was a conversation at the dinner table. It mattered. It mattered to my working family. It mattered if the price of food went up. The problem is, Republicans in Congress are doing everything they can to stop my plans to bring down costs on ordinary families. That's why my plan is not finished and why the results aren't finished either. Look, under my plan, I made this commitment in the beginning and nothing's changed. No one making less than $400,000 a year will pay a single solitary penny more in federal taxes. Nobody. But it all created the greatest job recovery in American history. People don't want to talk about these days, but it's true. Since I've become president, we've created 8.7 million new jobs in 16 months, an all-time record. Life, liberty, We've never met the goal, but we've never, other than the Trump administration, tried to walk away from that goal. And it gets better every time we push.